Well, okay. Happy Friday, everyone. I know we're a little late signing on, but we had to take care of some duties. But we are so excited today because this is a special web style chat that we have prepared. And because we know and part of life is creating new life and growing. And so sometimes we're expecting and we're expecting children and we're growing our families and we want to stay stylish. And so our style chat today is called how to maintain your style and elevate your style while you're expecting and even after. So and who better to speak for that than our expert stylist and even our expert stylist Chloe, who happens to be expecting as well. So we're going to get firsthand advice from an expecting expert stylist. How great is that? So I'm going to pass the mic on to Nicole and Chloe. So and let me just introduce Nicole Ng Wave, our style director, and Chloe Cordell, our expert stylist. So you're going to go ahead and take over from here.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to have Chloe as our, expert stylist and also for this chat. How have you been feeling lately? I know it's such a big, it's big news, like hormones, your body's
Oh,
changing.
yeah. Yeah.
How have you been feeling and how has getting ready been lately?
It's been, I mean, different day to day. I'm finally out of my first trimester, so I'm starting to like slowly feel like myself a little bit more again. But it's really funny because you never know when it's going to hit you. Like when you're looking in the mirror and something just looks off or different, and you know yourself more than anybody. So I'm always like asking my friends and family, like, does my face look different? Does this look different?
Yeah.
You don't feel yourself, but like you start clinging on to those bits and pieces of you, so you don't really feel like you're losing yourself in the process. But thankfully, now that I'm in my second trimester, at least like the illness and the sleeping all day portion has left behind.
Yeah, I feel like that's the hardest
Yeah.
hurdle. And also that it's true. It's like you're feeling all these different feelings and you're still yourself and
Yeah.
I remember when I was pregnant, getting dressed, I was like, this is too tight. Is this too loose? Like,
Oh
my
yeah.
pants were a little tighter, but I wasn't ready to like change sizes. So it's like
Yeah.
a whole new discovery. Like even being a stylist, you're like, wow, every person that goes through this, there is a change. And it is nice that women are talking about this now and that we can share ideas. And it's such a great platform because, we're not alone. You're not alone in like, I don't know what to wear and I feel different today. And that's why we're having this conversation today.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too, because even like as stylists, I mean, your first time being pregnant, that's completely new territory, even for us having a background in fashion or knowing, what we're doing. And it's like you spend so much time building your wardrobe and pieces that make you feel like you. And then all of a sudden, those pieces don't make you feel like you at all because they don't fit the same or they don't look the same. So it's kind of a whole new process of like rediscovery. So it's quite a journey.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun, wild ride.
Yeah, it is, and it's worth it in the end, right? I mean, on the good days, it's kind of an intriguing challenge because I think that's what's fun about style is you kind of get to
Mm.
play with different things and really see what works and what doesn't work for you. And then on my down days, I want to be, I call them my Adam Sandler days. I just want to be comfortable
Yeah,
and not worry about it at all.
I totally understand. And it's also once you get kind of like you get used to the idea like, oh, I'm pregnant, my body's growing. It starts to get fun. Like playing, maybe you'll start wearing more accessories. Maybe the shoes you'll wear are flatter, but it's gonna just complete your outfit in a different way, So we're gonna go into the deck that Chloe created and kind of talk about her style journey through these couple months and what it's gonna look like later. And so excited to see what you prepared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to share with you guys.
I'm excited to see it too. And I wanted to just say, I'm so far removed from the process, but I remember firsthand that after I did get out of that phase of like, okay, and I wasn't sleepy all the time, I wasn't nauseated all the time, but now I was growing and I, for me, trying to figure out what to wear was a huge challenge, and I didn't have the creative background that you had. So it's so nice to kind of see it from your perspective and how you will have showcased it and how you can help our audience as well. So that's such a great thing. So let me go ahead and share the screen.
Sure.
Uh, Here we are. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
So I wanted to be really realistic and honest with the outfits I picked. These pieces, I actually physically have every single one in my closet, and this is one of my go-to looks for a couple reasons. One, I'm pregnant. Two, where I live, it is severely cold outside. Three, I exclusively work from home. So in reality, this is something I can feel comfortable and stylish in all the time. I think one of the things I immediately had to embrace and accept with my fashion once I became pregnant is you really have to lean into the bump. I don't think I've worn as many form-fitting clothing prior to this. I like to incorporate some baggy or edgy pieces into my look. So getting used to form-fitting pieces that really showcase my body felt a little bit insane at first, but really that's what makes me feel my best, and that's what really makes me feel like I'm embracing my baby, my belly, in every stage, even like that awkward, is she pregnant or is she bloated phase.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like keeping my basics really simple. I love my turtlenecks, my long sleeve comfy shirts. I'm not yet into maternity leggings. My leggings are doing me justice. I am wearing a pair of leather ones right now. Um, and then one of my favorite pieces to add to a more form-fitting outfit, if you live somewhere where you kind of have to layer, is something cropped. Again, I feel like it accentuates the belly the best versus trying to hide it under something long. It's just really honest and empowering, claiming your body that way, I feel. And
Mhm.
then, Nicole, as you were saying, I've really leaned into my shoe choices lately. I love a tall boot. Like even something like this, I might throw a cropped hoodie underneath
Yeah.
that jacket if I'm like just running errands or something. But like a really cute but comfy boot makes me feel like super stylish and intentional with my look and not just
Because
like
it still adds the edge. But I mean, when you are expecting, I mean, I'm a klutz, so I felt like I just couldn't, like when I was wearing heels, which I would sometimes do in meetings, but like
yeah.
going down the stairs, you're like, oh, my
Oh my God.
baby.
Going down the stairs, walking
Yes.
outside with the ice and the snow. Oh,
Yeah, you do not need
everyone
to
makes
do
fun
that.
of me. I
You can
like
still look
shovel.
glam like this.
Yeah, you're always worried and constantly thinking about it. I will say though, I'm not in the phase of pregnancy yet where I'm giving up my heels, and you'll see a couple slides. My mom
Awesome.
is
And you
actually making
shouldn't
fun
have
of
to.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's a piece
If
of
you
me.
feel like you in the heels, like I mean, I feel like all the clients that we style, we have those clients that will only wear flats. We have clients that think heels are their flats, so
Yeah,
I think anything
exactly.
goes.
Until I can't wear them, I'm wearing them, and that's just where I stand with that.
As you should.
Uh-huh. Yep.
All right, next.
So this is another version of something I'd wear day to day. What I've really discovered helpful is extra long shirts. So again, I like to keep the basis of my outfits really simple and comfortable because that's where I get my comfort from. And then where I'm adding stylish pieces to it or pieces that feel like me is in my accessories and my layering pieces. So I'm loving a good trench right now. I feel like it's very New York. So I have
Mhm.
this coat in just about every color imaginable. I also have like versions of that in like a lighter blazer. I even have like a pink version sitting right here. Like I love a collared layering option to make a basic outfit feel comfortable. And because I'm protesting buying maternity clothing still, I'm finding my low-rise pants are my new best friends, which was completely the opposite prior to pregnancy. Obviously, we get self-conscious about that area, but a low-rise pant with like an extra long t-shirt, short sleeve or long sleeve, or even something like what I have on now, which feels like a t-shirt, but it's mesh and it has a little more edge to it. This is my go-to outfit for going to get lunch or running errands, hanging out with my partner. And again, these boots I do own and utilize a lot. They go with almost all of my outfits because I'm very neutral.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is something I'll wear day to day as well.
Yeah, and I feel like that coat is, I always say, like, when you layer a coat like that, that's chic and put together, you can wear baggy sweats under with those boots
You
and you
could.
still look chic and comfortable, you know?
Oh,
So
yeah. Something
it
like
is,
this again with a hoodie and a baseball cap, sweat,
yeah,
joggers, and you look intentional. You look really
you
stylish,
do.
comfy. So it
It
works.
doesn't look sloppy at all. Yeah.
Right. And it's loose and comfy. And when you're pregnant, that is like the
Yes. Because you might not feel like that inside, but when you're wearing the clothes, it automatically makes you feel confident and good.
yeah, yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Nice. And then your next look.
So this is one of my favorite dresses right now. This was my announcement photo that we shared with our friends and family. And this was the one my mom was getting on me about the heels. She's like, "What are you doing pregnant in those heels?" And I literally said, "I will never quit. I will never stop. I will never change."
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now. But this is actually a maternity dress. This is my first piece of maternity wear, and I loved it. I dove into it, but I really feel like you don't even need to go maternity with things like this, like dresses that have the rouging on the side that
Yeah.
give. I'm really excited for like the warmer months to come because I have a ton of those bodycon
Yeah.
simple minimal dresses that I feel like again just hug your body and really give into the bump and like really showcase what you have. So something like this in a spaghetti strap or tube top is going to be me all summer.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm not a bodycon like person either, but
Yeah.
when I was pregnant, that was the only thing that looked good,
Yeah.
and it made me feel good, and I felt like it kept me. I don't know. It was just was great with like flats, heels,
Uh-huh.
even
Yeah.
like tennies, depending on where you're going. But it's like your body does change, and I feel like the tighter the clothes just look really good on a pregnant
Yeah.
body.
And it's kind of liberating in a way too, because again, like if bodycon things are not things you were comfortable with before, having to face the reality that that's one of the main things that's really going to make you look good now, it's really empowering to like showcase your body that way and to like be
Yeah,
confident. Because I don't, though I loved these things before, I would not purchase them as form fitting, or I would like to add a layering piece or something to just cover up a little bit more, like, oh, I don't know, how's my backside look, you know?
yeah,
But now it's like I love showcasing my curves. I don't feel like I have to suck it in or
yeah,
have, you
I
know?
totally agree.
And as you said, they're very versatile. They're so basic and simplistic. You can dress
And
them
they
up.
kind of grow with you, you know? Like you
Yeah,
can wear them for many months as
yeah,
your pregnancy, you know.
absolutely. I am trying to avoid maternity wear as much as I
I mean, I
can.
think you can. There's a lot of brands that carry things with a lot of like stretch and even athleisure wear now has
Yeah.
stretch and they make really nice joggers and dresses that are
Mhm.
monochromatic, that are
Yeah,
comfortable, and then you don't have to, you don't have to spend that extra money.
right. And then you
There's a
have.
lot of tank tops that stretch.
Yes, absolutely. That's my thought. And then having it for after baby comes too, to just kind of be comfortable in. Um,
Yeah,
if they're fitting the big belly, they'll fit as your body's adjusting postpartum as well. So that's my thought process is to not break the bank buying all this maternity wear that's just gonna sit in my closet later or look baggy in the belly. Like I'd rather buy some stretchy, form-fitting bodycon pieces or extra long t-shirts that I can like tuck in and feel confident in to use
yeah,
after.
that's a great point.
Yeah.
I was just going to say these aren't really maternity looks. They're really just looks that are adjusting to your figure as you're
Mhm.
getting bigger will look even just as fabulous when you're not pregnant.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to actually point out, which you just pointed out. So,
Oh, thank you.
all right.
So this final one, this was my Valentine's Day look. We
Love
went
it.
out to dinner. And again, really leaning into this was a dress that I had prior to pregnancy. It's not maternity, it's just another one of those form-fitting dresses. It was a very stretchy material slip underneath, and then it had that overlayer snakeskin mesh. And I have that edge to me. I don't know how many snakeskin items I own, or even now I have a snake ring on right now. I love to add those edgy pieces to me, and I feel like my whole first trimester, I just felt like a blob. Like I was in my partner's t-shirts and sweats on the couch for months, literally about 2 months. And I was
Mhm.
like, I'm losing my edge, you know? So I really wanted to pick a piece that, like you said, didn't feel like a maternity outfit, that felt like me, but accentuated the new part of me. And
Mhm.
I felt so beautiful in this dress. I tried on a million things in my closet before I pulled this because I had this idea that, oh, a pregnant woman can't wear something like that. It's too edgy, or maybe the mesh is too much. I might get looks. Out of everything I tried, I just felt so much
No, it
like,
looks great.
yeah, thank you. And it just it made me feel like myself. This was the first time that I felt like myself again my entire pregnancy. So
Yeah.
I had to include this in here because I really felt like Chloe and not just pregnant Chloe in this.
Yeah. And also, like, for 2 months of being in sweats, to put something on that you're like, I feel sexy. I
Yeah.
feel great. I love the way I look is like so important because just
Yeah.
because you're pregnant doesn't mean you don't care about how you look or that you don't want to put effort into things. Not that you want to spend hours, but
Yeah.
feel like yourself, you know,
Or
Right.
just because you're pregnant, you have to wear things that
that
are
hide your body.
maternity, yeah, that are, oh, I'm pregnant and I have to wear these outfits. No, I love that you broke that barrier and you said, no, I'm going to be me. I'm just going to be the pregnant version of me in the most stylish possible way possible. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I'm so happy that you shared these looks with us, and you look amazing. I would have never known you were that pregnant, though, just by looking at you.
I'm so glad to hear that because I really have not felt like myself, but I'd say I've gotten about a week now of doing my hair and my makeup and just getting
Yeah.
up and moving every day and trying again. So I'm slowly crawling back to me.
That's amazing. And doesn't that do a lot for you and your psyche when you are looking your best?
Oh, it does hugely. Like my mental health changes drastically. Like I was telling you guys before we hopped on, I was texting my mom literally just last night, having a low moment, saying, like, what, I really don't feel like myself. I feel like Shrek. And it's like I notice when I have back-to-back days of, and again, I work from home, so I don't always have a reason to get up
Yeah.
and rest. But when you don't have a reason and you don't have the energy and you have back-to-back days of just kind of feeling not your best, it really affects your mental health.
Yeah.
And prior to pregnancy, even though I worked from home, I still had my routine. I would get up, I would get ready for the day, I would put on a nice outfit, and I would work. But then I got pregnant. I'm like, I don't have the energy to even do this. And the difference it has on your mental is humongous. It's so important to find things you're comfortable in throughout your pregnancy to just still feel like yourself and keep yourself going and keep that routine.
Definitely. You
No,
can still be glam and be pregnant.
no, thank you for sharing that with us, and thank you for being so honest with us and sharing with us your real self. This is not something made up. These are things that you actually own in your closet, and that you're actually wearing. And I'm sure it's going to inspire many of our viewers. And it's just very heartwarming that you shared it with us. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm so
Thank
happy to be
you.
able to talk about this with you guys.
Yeah. So, and if you are struggling, let's say you are in that stage where your body's changing, or even
Or your
after,
postpartum.
yeah,
Yeah.
after you've delivered, and you thought that you were going to spring back into your original self, and you haven't, I feel like that's a big struggle too. But that's where our very talented stylists come into play, and they can really, they really work with you and what you have to really get you feeling the best version of yourself. So just if you are, you see Chloe and you see Nicole here, and they're very, very creative, very talented stylists who can help you figure out your personal style and get you looking and feeling your best right away. So thank you so much, Chloe. Thank you, Nicole. And that's a wrap for today. And then we'll see you next month. So thank you so much and have a beautiful rest of your February.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.